Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We're looking at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame. As you can see, we are trying to come back this week, but we have 2 days and 13 hours left for the perp contracts to close. And today at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern, you will see the CME close for U.S. stock markets, where the price will get set, and then we'll have that weekend time of some shenanigans. So, the point I want to make right now is that um, we basically have just tapped into this liquidity area. Looking left, we are trying to see if we're going to find some support here. Closing like this doesn't give me the greatest confidence. Also, the volume isn't that great. So, even if we get some upside, I'm looking at real tough resistance at around 18,900 and then definitely around 21,350. So those levels are to be looked at if we get to those levels, basically. Right now, this week is just going to be basically a wait and hold to see how we close, to see how we want to proceed with next week. Okay, that's just the weekly time frame. What I see, the daily, you can see that yesterday we were trying to poke out, went sideways, and even today we're still consolidating sideways. It does look like the volume is almost over, so if no one steps up to buy, we will be looking at a move to the downside. So please, please, please be careful and aware that yeah, we want to see some upside, but the way that this is looking, downside is very possible on a daily time frame. So today, if we don't close above the red EMA, I'm going to assume that we're going to take a fall after daily close. Okay, looking at the 4 hour time frame, as you can see, we've been going sideways for a very long time here, and it's time to either break out or not. um, had a little triangle consolidation after a breakdown, which is a continuation pattern for further downside. But this is also making higher lows. So technically, we can test a little bit higher at the upper resistances. And if we do find rejection there, then we can understand coming back down. But as of right now, this is support around 16, sorry, 16,650. And from there, we can see if we can get to the next level of resistance, which is around 17.2 and so on. So, yeah, we need to be patient because I've been waiting for a pop up and I have not gotten it. And now it looks like EMA is ready to fall back down. So, if somebody starts selling today or we get any bad news today, since today is Friday where people want to be risk off, you can expect a little bit of sell pressure coming in at some point in the market today. So just be careful and aware of that. That's something that we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. That is Bitcoin. Let's go take a look at Ethereum. Here is Ethereum on a weekly time frame, looking like it is trying to put in that support right above that last support area, and that's what the Wix is trying to show. This little doji, if we close it like that in this week, it's possible that we can look for a poke up higher next week into 1365-ish, 1350. And then we can see if we claim that or not. If so, we can try to go much higher because this level of resistance is getting exhausted because we've been getting hit here for multiple times. I mean, maybe one, two more times that we are going to break out. What I'm assuming, sell volume is coming to a down slope, so it's all in the ball of the market buyer right now. It's like you got to be a little bit more patient, and you'll see a little bit more when the CME closes and how this weekly candle closes and how we want to proceed for next week. Because all the bullish euphoria that everyone had is officially been sucked out. So since everyone is bearish, this is a perfect time to pump back up, make a little W, and then test some higher resistances where basically they're going to push the shorts out and make everyone long and then bring it back down again later. That's something that we need to wait and see. It's too short data for us to know exactly how that's going to play out right now. It doesn't look good though. On a daily, looks a little bit better. This does look like it's trying to accumulate and put in support over here on this low, and we're trying to just poke up. The EMA is trying to curve up. And I would say that we can test into 1330. Uh, Volume is coming to a complete decline where this bullish divergence should be kicking in. Only way this bullish divergence gets rejected is a huge market sell. Otherwise, this should float up a little bit to, like, 1330-ish at least, and 1325, 1330, and then we can see if we get to the higher EMA over. I would wait for a day or two. Today, we might see some upside, but how today closes is important. We need to close above this last previous day, which is 1250. If you can close above 1250 with 4-hour opening close, you can expect maybe the upside coming sooner than daily close. So be ready for that. Go to a 4-hour. 4-hour is kind of the exact same thing. It looks like we found support on the red EMA, and this little area here is holding us up. Now we need to see if we're going to break out. If price action actually goes under 1160, I would be more concerned of just complete retest of the lows, like break down and protest back into the thousand, maybe even under. So just be alert and aware of that possibility. I think FTX's whole breakdown caused a little bit of FUD in the markets where even if we were ready to break out to like new higher levels, this put a little bit of a break on other people due to the fact that we are not anywhere near figuring out who else is going to be damaged through that, and that's why it's going to cause an issue for other markets. So once that contagion gets situated, the markets will come back, and yeah, it should affect you. We will see the upside as the conclusion gets in. Right now, all I see is this bottoming out, finding a upper resistance, and it's kind of making a bull flag to pop up even higher, in my opinion. So we need to wait and watch this and see if those 4-hour candle closes show buy volume, because if the volume isn't there, you're gonna roll over. And right now, it's been very, very lackluster. Uh, very, very lackluster. We've been going sideways for a while, so any moment, some big move should be popping out. All right. Aside from that, this one, got to keep our eye out on Dixie. Is this inverse head and shoulder forming? Are we going to be able to claim this level and then get to the 107? Or is Dixie going to go to our 103 mid-channel support that we also had marked down? So if it comes to 103 to 101, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything is going to get a nice push up. So it's supposed to, because they're supposed to be inversely correlated. But if this goes down and all the other assets go down with it, I mean, obviously there's something going on, and we need to wait for more data, basically, so we can wait for that relationship that we were trading on to resume. Right now, this does not look healthy for Dixie, though. I'll just say right now, this rejection, and if this closes underneath it, doesn't look good, and probably more downside to come. Let me click this on a weekly real quick. Let's just quickly look at how bad it looks. So this is weekly on Dixie. Yeah, we had this big sell-off. Now we got this doji for this week. We have 12 hours and 42 minutes for this candle to close. As long as we can close above this midline channel, it is good. But then next week we can probably test into it and then break out. Ideally, I would like us just to stop here and then come next week and come right back into like 108, and then the week after that come higher. But this does look like a lot of pressure to the downside, and it's going to take big, big buys for us to fix this. So once the Fed more information comes out about how they want to play with their interest rates, we can probably see some action on Dixie accordingly. So just keep that in mind. Dixie is important, and we do need to pay attention to it. The weekly looks, like it's breaking, but the 200 is supporting on the daily, and it does look like it's trying to accumulate here. So I'm gonna wait for the daily close. Hopefully we can just go sideways here. If we go sideways, the chance of breaking back on this channel, claiming and going higher is there. So that's why I still have the flag here. Yeah, but being outside of the flag and not being able to back in is not good. But then not being able to break down is not bad. And this wick over here and this wick over here is showing you that we're just tightening, tightening, tightening like a triangle. We're still waiting to break out which way. So we could go to the downside, we could go to the upside. And yeah, you guys know the effect of what will happen if it goes which side or which. So that is basically all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great Friday. Trade carefully. The regular deal, please, 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 if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications. If there are any other assets you would like me to cover, please leave it in the section below. If there's any questions or concerns, let me know. I'll get back to you ASAP. If you're interested in trading with us live, please feel free to join us on our Discord server. The link is in the description of this video. And finally, yeah, we do have a membership service where we basically hold your hand throughout a lot of trade setups. We'll give you some trade setups basically. And if you're interested, please feel free to join us at the Discord server, which is again in the description of this video below. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time today. Have a great day. And if there's anything else, I will be looking for messages. Thank you. Have a great day.